Good morning. It's Friday morning, March 28th, 2025, and it's time for your morning walk with me, Sophfronia. I'm in Los Angeles today, staying with a friend, attending the conference of the Association of Writers and Writing Programs. Last night, the wonderful Roxane Gay gave the keynote, and she was talking about how she's a wonderful short story writer, but had to figure out how to write a novel. That was something that was beyond her in many ways. But the thing that helped her was that she had to find her own way of working. And I think you and I have talked about this before, how some writers do 1,000 words a day, or they work in the middle of the night if they're night owls. But the thing is, so many writers and so many people, not just with writing, tend to go with this instinct of, well, how do other people do it? And then I have to do it that way. But that's not the case. And you make yourself miserable if you're trying to do something that goes against your tendencies, your instincts. Another thing that I learned, and this is really the thing I wanted to talk about today. I was in a webinar where we were talking about writing, especially academic writing, and the instructor asked, who do you think about when you're writing? Who are you writing this for? And people were saying, their advisors, their supervisors. They were thinking about the person who's going to grade the work, right? And he said, think about the person that you're excited to share this information with. Maybe someone who is trying to do the thing that you're writing about. Or someone that you're telling a story to and you're excited to share the story. That's something that I like to do when I'm writing a novel. Whoa, the driveway just dropped down there. When I'm writing a novel, I feel like I'm telling the story to a friend. And sometimes I even pretend that I'm writing a letter and explaining or telling the story. Now the thing about that, I'm talking about writing, but when you're sharing like that, there's a certain energy, right? It's like you're excited about the material, you're excited about your work. And I was thinking about, is it possible for us to pay attention in all aspects of our lives to make sure that we're excited about what we're doing and sharing in that way, whether it's, making gifts for friends, or the way we share a funny thing that a child did, painting a picture. If you love driving or riding your bike and just talking about that, I think we lose. Remember how I've mentioned before that I feel like we don't know enough about what we love, right? And maybe it's because we lose track of that energy to pay attention to when we're excited about something and to go toward that, right? To work and go about our day in such a way where we pay attention to that energy and do what we want to do using it. Let it guide us, right? So if you're absolutely bored with something that you're doing, maybe that's needs to change. Anyway, this is a beautiful neighborhood. I'm going to keep walking. I love California, especially LA. I'm glad to be back here again, seeing friends. Anyway, I'm going to go steep myself in that kind of joy. And I'll see you when I'm back home next week. Bye-bye.